Hello, saxophone friends. We're going to be learning the song Moving Around. Take a look at the first note. You already know that one, don't you? Do you remember the note name for it? C. That's right. And it's just left hand, middle finger. Left hand, middle finger. Take a moment and play that note. Make sure you remember it. What happens next? It's a B. And the way you play that B is by pushing the first finger down and lifting up on the second finger. So you're just going to be playing one finger, but instead of it being middle, it's now your index finger. Sounds like this. Looks like this. Nothing's happening in your right hand except supporting the saxophone. So remind yourself and go between those two notes. C, B flat. And then for this third note, this is a new one, it's D. And this is the note that kind of trips some saxophone players up. So I'm going to back up so you can see everything. When you go to play a D, we're actually going to involve the right hand this time. We're going to be playing a lot of notes, actually. So first off, we're going to be pushing this octave key finally. You're also going to be pushing all three that I taught you originally. And your bottom right hand three. Make sure all of those are pushed down. Pause the video if you need to. Practice it a few times. Make sure you have all those buttons pushed down. Once you do, and you're confident about it, then try the note. One thing that alto players struggle with is making sure that note sounds right. If you're pushing this back thumb button and all six on the front, then you should be okay. It probably won't speak down the octave for you unless your embouchure is too loose. The other thing that you should be aware of is that when you push the thumb button for the octave key, you'll see it raise. But as soon as you put down other buttons, the note actually may drop. And what that happens there is this key over here vents, and it acts as a secondary octave key. So if for some reason you're looking at your saxophone going, why didn't this key raise up? Is my saxophone broken? No, guys, your saxophone's not broken. It's actually working just fine. It just means that it's venting from a different place. Okay, so that's the D, the note D. Now we're going to look at our last note, which happens to be the exact same thing as the first note. Am I right? What's the name of that note? You remember? C. That's right. Good. And you just play it as middle finger. So what is our job now? Our job is to practice getting from the B to the D and then to the C. So I like to think of it like this. This might help you. Take it or leave it. But I think of it as first finger, all the fingers, and then middle finger. Say that back to yourself. First finger, all the fingers, and then middle finger. B, D, C. So let's try that. Here's the B, first finger. And then D is all the fingers. Make sure you don't forget about your thumb key in the back. If you do, it might sound like this. Which is a low D, but we don't want that one right now. And then middle finger for the C. So I want you to stop the video and practice that a bunch of times and then come back to it and let's do the final run together of the whole song. Okay? Here's all of Moving Around from beginning to end. Here we go. I'm flat, sorry. let's take a moment and debrief. What did I mean when I said I was flat? It means that this instrument needs to be pushed in some. This mouthpiece needs to go further in on the mouthpiece. So if you ever feel like your instrument doesn't sound quite right, it might mean that you're playing with the right embouchure, but maybe your instrument's not calibrated to be close to the smart music recording. If you ever have trouble with that or are not sure, please contact me and we'll hang out together. I have some tips and tricks to help you with that. All right, that's all I have. Good work on this song and work at it. It's going to take some time, but once you do this one, the rest of them will be a lot easier, okay? You're great. You're awesome. Keep it up. Bye-bye.